Hey guys, it's KC Jilly. I was walking around my yard and things are finally greening up, and I thought I'd show you around a little bit. I've got this dadgum fence here because we have bad deer problem around here, and this is the only thing that I've had any luck stopping it. But aren't these pretty? These guys show up every year around Easter. Just beautiful. I love them. Pretty cool little flowers. All my stuff's starting to green up, makes me happy. Got a couple of little marigolds down in there. Let's see. There's one. There's one. There's one. So we'll see how this stuff turns out with a little bit more time. My yard's greening up, and I finally put a little sprinkler right there so I can get some of these spots that haven't been getting took care of. Last year, my wife planted this mountain laurel at the wrong time of year, and it just got nuked. We didn't think it was going to make it, but it's coming back, so it's going to be pretty in another year or two. That dude will be putting off them purple blossoms and smelling so good. The Mexican petunias. I think she said those are irises. I can't remember. But yard's looking pretty good, and I'll tell you, this rose bush, my mama planted that thing, and I dug the whole thing up and relocated it, and look, it always comes back. The hollyhocks, they're coming on. I planted mama's rosemary right there. It's a little bitty thing. See if I can get any closer to it. It made it through the winter. It's not really grown very much, but it's surviving, so if it comes on and grows a little bit, then I'm going to, most likely, I'm going to propagate some more of it. And my fig tree over here in the corner, it's a little bitty thing, kind of hard to see it. Dadgum fence. But, you know, it made it through the winter as well, so we'll see if it doesn't kick off. I brought our Halloween pumpkins out here. You can see the leftovers from it right there. Well, all the seeds in there started growing. I've got pumpkins hiding throughout. Let's see, here's one right here. So I've got big jack-o'-lantern style pumpkins right here growing. They'll be growing anytime, so that's kind of cool. And along the fence line, last year we had some wildflowers planted. Y'all will remember when I did my banana tree video. These guys got transplanted over here. Oh, and look, it's gonna come. They're coming. So there's hope. Same with this pile, and little stuff popping up all in there. Kind of hard to tell right now, just looks like a big old mess, but I'm gonna have cannas and bananas all over my yard over here on the east side. See how that stuff goes. Let's go look in the back. All right, guys, this section here in the past, I for sure grew here for 7 years, and so I'm allowing it to rest, but I'm still using the space, using all these pots. And my wife and my grandson threw some sunflower seeds out there, and I've noticed some of them coming up as well. Oh, there's my dogs. They're happy to see me. I'm home for lunch. All right, those little pots. Hey, Choco, how are you? Hey, Squirt, how you doing? Are you excited, bud? You need to quit smoking cigarettes, man. Yeah, y'all excited? These little pots right here all have green beans in them. I have 4 plants, one on each side, north, south, east, and west, planted in them. Nothing's come up, but I just planted about 2 days ago, so it'll be another couple days. My little Israeli melon hadn't really done anything. It's too cold, really. We've had some wind here, some biting, killer wind for like 2 days. It's been crazy. See, I see my wife's little sunflowers here popping up. I see them hiding all over the place. These onions, we had some green onions we bought at the store a couple years ago, and we ate the green tops off and just come and stuck the rest of it in the ground, and you see they're bulbing now. They're liable to throw out some seed and stuff, so we just let that stuff go. Anytime I want green onions, you know, we doing baked potatoes or something, come out here and clip them off with the scissors, and it keeps on growing. Don't ever pull anything up. You can see the potatoes. They're doing just fine. I forgot what this thing's called. It ends up becoming a tree. Right now it's more of a bush. And I can show you where my grandson helped my wife plant sunflowers. Can you tell? Look here. That's the evidence when he plants. You get big piles of stuff. But he has a good time and making memories with us. But our little resting garden bed is alive. So let's go check out the bananas over there. So right now it's not much to look at, but there are cannas and bananas all through here. And they're all just now kicking off. The ground's finally trying to warm up. If these little cold snaps will shut down. It hadn't been freezing or anything, but dad burn though. The wind has been so cold. So all this stuff is finally pushing through and coming on out. And we got a couple more flowers back over there coming. Some sunflowers down here. And back there, I cannot recall for the life of me. We were looking for something that grew in the shade. And this is a beautiful little dark purpley flower. When it busts out, then I will show you the pictures of it. This will be the first year that they've done something. We put them in last year and they just kind of survived. I got wild lettuce growing everywhere here. Look at that lettuce in there. It's just almost as big as these rose bushes. We pruned the rose bushes back and they're coming back with a vengeance. They look healthy and good. In between, here's the elephant ears. Right now it looks like nothing, but if you watched me last year, you know they'll be over the tops of these fence so big I'll be having to cut them down so I can mow my backyard here. But this stuff's looking pretty good. Right, my little planter is just a place to cast seeds. Just yesterday I threw some basil seeds in there, but this is the leftovers from winter that's making it. I don't know how much longer. I'm guessing that this guy's gonna go to seed anytime. He sure is getting tall and skinny. And that's okay if that's what happens. Got some carrots in there too. And I'll tell you what I've been noticing is last year when I would eat a tomato from my garden, I threw them all out in here. And I've got a mazillion little volunteers. I pulled a big patch of them out right here, and I see some more right here. This is all tomatoes. So I think I may just make a video just going around my yard and see how many volunteer tomatoes I can pick that are just growing all over the place. How about that? So let's see back here. We've been eating the strawberries. You can see they're doing pretty good. You know, lots of them coming. Some of them are kind of retarded looking, but they're sure putting out. And I usually don't get any because my grandson loves them. And so when I see them like this at lunch, hiding in here, I try to steal one every once in a while so I can enjoy them. All right. But the strawberries are doing good. And the passion vine is growing up all in it. I don't know if you can see them passion vines right there. Let me see if I can get any closer to it. That is passion vine. And also that is passion vine. And there's another one right there. The dadgum things, there's another, sorry. There's another right there. They just grow all over the place. It's hard to control them, to be honest with you. So, things are greening up, coming back to life. This is not pink Berkeley tie-dye, it's okra. I had a couple okra started, and I got a yellow squash. It's looking pretty good. It just needs to get just a little warmer though before I stick this stuff in the ground. So there's some lunchbox pepper over there. All of my peppers are just starting to come out of shock. They've all been shocked because I took them out of the pots that I overwintered them in. And so they got that ugly green. They need some nitrogen, I know. but I haven't sweated it too much because sometimes I think it's good for things to just kind of naturally struggle a little bit. I think they do better in the long run, but I'll give them what they need as time progresses. Now right here, I know you can't tell, I can because I can see the shadows in real life, but right through here, there are 3 rows of corn. I don't know if it'll grow here or not, but I thought, what the heck? I had the room in the back here. I may put some more peppers in this little pepper garden later, but right now I'm not sweating it. That little pile looks like mulch and stuff back there. That's all the lettuce seeds that I had thrown that were just cast in here. It grows in clumps like this. It seems to me that the lettuce starts easy in wood chips. Look at that. That's what all of that is over there. So if you're looking for a way to start them, I'm not trying to waste it, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep it clean around my peppers because the lettuce is all going to seed anyway. All right, so let's head that direction. All right, and I want to say my wife said this was pothos. Can't recall. Some little plant. I just ran some drip tape over to this section. It's been dry for years, so it's getting a fresh start over here. It will be shaded out by this old dead butterfly bush, which is also fixing to kick off. I need to get down there and just cut it at the ground. Looks like a big mess right now, but eventually this will all green up and be beautiful and grow over this little vine here. Let's see here. And I got a yellow pear tomato that I had stuck in the ground. I showed you guys, and if you look, I've already got flowers coming. So I have some little cherry tomatoes, the yellow ones, shortly. Okay. Pomegranate trees coming to life. And I believe some of these little things are Egyptian spinach. And if they're not, I have some more planted and growing that I'm going to bring back. And there's a volunteer tomato, of course. Back off a little bit. My pomegranate tree's coming up. I've been keeping it cleaned up at the bottom, and I'm actually going to kind of treat it like a tree here and see if I can't get some pomegranates off this guy this year. I'm hoping. Beside it, I have a little fig down here. That fig tree is healthy. It's doing okay. And here's a little pile of volunteer tomatoes as well. I don't know what kind they are, but it's a whole herd of them. And my little China jade cucumber down there is just hanging on for dear life. I'm trying to grow some more, but it's still too dadgum cold for some of this stuff. Just doesn't want to do it. And this fig tree, there's 2 here. I will probably take them out to the secret garden and plant them out there by my peach trees. You see 2 volunteer tomatoes everywhere, volunteer tomatoes. And the clover, I've let it go to seed. I wanted that on purpose. I know not everybody wants that stuff around, but it's easy to weed eat and clean up. And so that's what I'll do. I'd rather have it than the weeds. At least it's putting nitrogen down in the ground. Look how tall it's gotten through there. That's all clover. That's all it is, crimson clover. You can see all my little tomato transplants there now. They're all about 1 foot tall. Nothing too dadburn big, but I got a row of them there to that cauliflower back there. And I'm probably gonna have to pick this red-headed cabbage anytime now, but it is what it is. I got some sun golds in a line right here, and I can see little blooms on these guys, so won't be too long now. Start getting a few tomatoes if I don't get a crazy cold snap. I'm prepared for it. I don't want to do anything, but real life happens, Got a couple of green beans starting to show up here. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. And right here, more volunteer tomatoes. I'm telling you, the things are all over the place. Another volunteer tomato. Look at that pile of volunteer tomatoes. Right here, volunteer tomatoes. They're all over the place. Perpetual spinach is perpetually going. You see the asparagus. I got that stuff kind of tied back because it's always falling over this way, and now I've got these 2 retarded ones growing out this way. So, doing what I can do. I got some strawberries in there. They're not doing too much. I need to repot them or dig them up anyway and replant them somewhere better. So you can see there's my broccoli. It's got seed pods all over it. And what I'm gonna do is let it die, and then I'm gonna get those seed pods and have something for next year. Okay, I wanted to show you though too, back here. Look here, see this tomato? Obviously I grew some here last year because look, volunteer tomatoes all over. Look, see where that beefsteak is? Volunteer tomatoes all around the base of it, look. So I'm telling you, there's more volunteer tomatoes over there. I'm gonna have to get them all, and instead of just cutting them, because I had a few different varieties of tomato last year. I think I'm just gonna scoop them all up, pot them up, maybe have them for later on. So you can see the onions. They're doing really nice, man. All onions look so darn good. Comfrey's getting tall. I'm fixing to have to cut some of it back and down and use it for mulch around these peach trees. These haven't kicked off the way that little one out there at my shop has, which may be a blessing because I don't know if we got another cold spell coming, but got this guy's fig tree. I've never had a fig in my life still, so I'm waiting. Hopefully I'm gonna make it happen. And it's hard to see if my dogs haven't stomped them all out. I've got beets planted all down through here, and they're just starting to kind of come up a little bit. You can see all this crimson clover. It's all a seeding. It's so tall. It's probably about 18 inches tall right there. This stuff's tall. Look, I mean, there's comfrey growing, standing up tall, and the clover is matching it, you know what I mean? So, doing pretty good though. My cilantro's about to go to seed. It really fluffed it. Gosh, it took off. It was just a little bitty a minute ago. And then in between, I've got some of this Thai basil growing. And yesterday I threw a little bit of the Genovese basil in there also. And the parsley is as big as the Cenizo bush it's next to. It's got kind of out there. Over here, I have some thyme and some dill planted. The dill's coming up pretty good and tall, and you can see the thyme's small right now, but I'm hoping it'll fluff out. This is gonna hopefully be my herb bed. That's my wishes. And there's another fig tree right there. And I have a few more strawberries growing right here. They're doing okay, but they're not really putting nothing out. Over there, that dadgum trumpet vine is coming back to life, so it'll be covering everything pretty soon. Have them pretty orange flowers. I have to keep that guy managed. All right, let's see back here. All right, and I've got a couple of zucchini plants, and they seem to be doing good. I'll probably put the yellow squash over here with them, probably about right there. On the opposite side of the fence, you can see there is a hole and a sign. Those were market more cucumbers, and that cold snap knocked them out. It's got to get warmer, so I'm gonna have cucumbers on the opposite side of the fence, probably 3 anyway, growing right there, and get some cucumbers, and I'll have zucchini and squash on this side of the fence. That's the plan. Now let's go over there. Before I do though, I want to tell you, in my area, my location, what tells you that spring is officially here and you're about as safe as you're gonna be is when the mesquites get leaves. So the mesquites now have leaves. So even the old timers that's kind of scared, they heard it thunder in February, so they're expecting bad weather in April. And it sure may come, but as far as nature itself telling you, when the mesquites bloom, it's time to go in the ground. Okay, got some false cloth to clean up, but you can see these guys, all my tomatoes, are doing pretty well too. Give you kind of an idea of what's happening there. Got quite a few growing right now. I haven't looked for any flowers on any of them. It stays a little shady over here, so I'm not real sure that anything's gonna just take off, but I'm hoping it'll be all right. We'll see. that old palka is spread out enough I had to tie it up. My wife's hollyhock, so I used that guy to just kind of hold it back. It's getting so wet you couldn't walk through here anymore. Another old palka. All this stuff up here on the wall has done really well. It stays warm, I guess, up against the house like that. I got a couple of little basils in between, so every so often I've got them planted, hoping to keep the critters to a minimum. And you'll remember these guys got frozen and burnt. It looked like it was all over, but most of those are even coming back. There's a couple that are not. There's one I'll end up having to replace. You can just see the stub for it. And there's another under goober there. You can just see a stub, but this lettuce back here, I gotta get this stuff eaten. Look how big it is. Oh no, might give you an idea here. You know what I mean? It's really big. There it is compared to my dog. Stretched out. Same with the spinach. It's gotten kind of tall. All this lettuce did really good right here. Did really good, and this is all lettuce too, and it is definitely fixing to go to seed. It's all getting tall and stalky. So, but, and I don't know, maybe that's a sunflower that my wife planted, I don't know. I had another cauliflower head over here and it was fixing to go to seed. It's starting to spread out just a little bit, so we ate it last night with supper and it was pretty darn good. You know what I mean? Let's see. Won't be too long, we'll have some fresh tomatoes. I'm ready for them. Tomatoes and peppers. And Squirt, he's from Mexico, that's my Chihuahua there. He likes salsa. Let's go look at the greenhouse. All right, guys, so here's all my carrots and onions and lettuce. Got these heads of iceberg need to go soon. Everything's about to bolt. I'm surprised it's made it this long, to be honest. These are small, but everybody says they don't like to be transplanted, and I will tell you, these all have been transplanted. This was in a jumble down on the other end down there, and I had to make that bed, so I needed them to come out and I separated them. I'm doing the best I can here, hoping that maybe they'll still make decent carrots, but I'll cheat and we'll see what this one looks like. You know what I mean? So here, give you an idea. That's how big this one is. So, you know, they've actually grown a little bit, so that they may still make. I didn't want to transplant them. I just did what was necessary and try not to waste, because I don't have rabbits and I don't have chickens. I'd like to, I just don't have the space for it here. The onions are doing good. I've got one more purple cabbage up under there. We'll see how long that guy lasts. And then over here, got a little more deal. And some Jolines. Those are new to me. I'm excited about those tomato plants. You saw the video where I grabbed all those onions from the secret garden. I brought them all and stuck them in here. So you can see they're doing all right. I've got some Aunt Ruby's German green back here. Looks like that guy's even got a little spot for something to happen there. I don't know if it will, but I want to take the sides down to my greenhouse at this point, but I don't trust the weather still don't trust the weather, so I need to anyway to get those tall pieces of grass that have grown in between there, my hardware cloth and the sides. But once I get that off, it's official. In the meantime, I got these guys going too. You know, these dadgum onions, man. I think I'm actually gonna have some pretty good onions. I'm proud of myself. This is the first year I ever even tried it. I did it from seed and they're doing really good. You can see I got some more strawberries. I see one in there. I have to eat that or Bubba's gonna get it. I'm gonna be stingy this time. Got room to put some tomatoes in here. I really want these onions to hurry up, but I don't want to waste them either, so So stuff's growing really well in the other greenhouse too. I'll be doing an update out there pretty soon. I'm currently mowing the airport here in Kimball County, and it takes me about a week. After that, I will try to get out there to the other greenhouse and secret garden area and finish putting my tarp down and my mulch on the top so that I'll be able to plant all my summer stuff that's coming. So until next time, guys, we'll see y'all, and y'all have a good one. Happy Easter. God bless you.